When fish gang up, we call it a school of fish. They do it for protection, and it works quite well. So how about talking about protecting your own children in school this year? This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It is an honor to have you here. The school is just about ready to start here in McCook. A couple of weeks, they'll be going. And so maybe it's time that you sit down and talk to your kids a little bit about different things that they can do to keep them safer within the school system that they're required to go. Absolutely. No, I don't have a dog in the fight at this time. My two daughters have long since been through the school system from preschool on to get their PhDs. And so with that in mind though, I got a wee bit of wisdom on the subject. In the old days, if a teacher didn't like you, you had to buckle down and make sure you didn't do anything wrong. Today in the school system, even locally, if your kid does something wrong, they call the cops in and the kid gets a ticket. The kid gets a ticket. Not saying it's right, but it's their ball game, and they play it the way they want. And so with that in mind, you better tell your kid if they want to act up, cut up, or mess around, they better do it at home or someplace other than school. And even if they do it outside school, the schools can still cause them trouble because they did something at any time. Think about what you're doing as we move into a new era of globalization through the school systems. The most powerful organization in the United States is the school system. And so it's always going to be their way. And you either play their ball game or you'll pay a heavy penalty. Absolutely. Another bit of advice I give is there will be shootings in the schools. You can just about guarantee it somewhere. And if you're one of the unlucky ones, it's best to have already told your children what to do. Shots fired. I did an article way back when Columbine was hit, and it went viral, even though I didn't get much credit for it. Be that as it may, shots fired, get down, play dead. Leave a slit in your eyes so that you can watch for the bad guy to leave the area. If there's somebody shot beside you, reach over and get some of that blood and smear it on yourself. Most shooters don't confirm kills, but it never hurts to have a little blood on you as well as while you're playing dead. Keep that in mind. Shots fired. If you decide to hide, okay, but stay low. If you're hiding behind a desk or a wall, a door, bullets can easily pass through those. Absolutely. Lay flat. Very few shooters shoot down. They shoot at, about waist level on up. And so that is a good way to consider how to do it. Stay flat on the floor, even in another room. And if you decide to run, zigzag run. Never run straight away. Never run straight away. You're too easy of a target. Shots fired. The last thing to tell your kids is help is on the way. Getting a scholarship is very difficult for many. I've talked to 3 though that looked outside the box. 3 young people looked outside the box. And how did they do it? Well, they didn't lie on their applications or anything, but they took and put their name on, and when they put their name on, they put an accent at the last letter on their name, an accent, making it sound like maybe it's a minority, even though they show, white on their application and everything. They're not trying to play any games, nor do they say that they are a minority. But just that accent is something that you might want to consider. All 3 of them that told me they did that got scholarships that they didn't expect to get. Something to keep in mind. I would also point out something else that might bite you. I don't know how prevalent it is. I've had one tell me of her problems. A young lady wearing a cross and going to college, a Professor came up to her in class and said, "Take that cross off. You're not allowed to wear that in my class." Well, it was evident that there were Muslims and Buddhists and other religions in there, and he didn't have a problem with them, only Christianity. And this is a major university, and said, "You will not be allowed to have that on, and if you have that on, I automatically will flunk you if you have that cross on. I do not allow Christians in my class. I do not allow Christians in my class." The young lady pondered her options, and so the next day when she came, she had her cross under her shirt so no one could see it, but she refused to take it off. It's sad, but I assume more and more as other religions squeeze in that have no sympathy and want to take over the world by their religion, hook, crook, or violence, that Christianity will have to start hiding more and more of what they do and what they are for their own safety and their own future. These are some tips. You be careful out there and have a good school year. Get the education. But while you're getting that, don't lose your common sense.